I'm here at a gas station, and now the gas is about $1 cheaper than it was a month ago. You may start to see more people on the road. Out here, it's clearing up a bit, but the storm has passed through. It's leaving some damage behind on a lot of these houses in the neighborhood. One behind me specifically, a tree has fallen on what appears to be their garage. Beer bottles, trash bags, all littered across this North Lake neighborhood. But residents say they're tired of cleaning it up and someone needs to step in. If you look behind me, you can see this sign that says New Beginning LLC. That is a towing company that Philip Thompson owned, and it's where police say his wife shot him. It was a very tough day inside this courtroom due to graphic photos and testimony. Now, the family of Anitra Gunn was in and out of that courtroom constantly, and a part of the reason that made it so hard for the family was a testimony by Brian Stewart, a Peach County lieutenant who found her body. And I am here near the campus of Fort Valley State University, and while I can't tell you much just yet, what I can tell you is this campus is a part of the growing list of historically black colleges and universities that have been threatened with a bomb threat. AAA says you can make your tank go further by paying for gas with cash, taking advantage of grocery store gas rewards, and by keeping unused items out of your trunk. Candace Walton stood in front of a judge on Wednesday morning where she pled guilty to several counts. And in that courtroom was complete silence, but an overwhelming amount of emotion when details of what happened to her brother and her mother came to the light. September 5th, 2020. Jesus Mancia Velez was set to meet his friend for a trip to Savannah. Instead, that's the day he went missing after leaving his home in Warner Robins.
It's going to be 2 years now, and it's hard for us.
Hours later, investigators found Mancia Velez's black Chevy Tahoe stranded on a dirt road in Crawford County, almost 30 minutes away from his home. Inside, no signs of Jesus, leaving authorities even more suspicious about what happened to him. 11 days after investigators found his car, his disappearance launched a joint task force combining the GBI, Houston, Crawford, and Peach County Sheriff's Offices, and the Byron and Fort Valley Police Departments.
We've conducted wood searches on foot. We've used article dogs looking for his cell phone. We've unfortunately used cadaver dogs looking for a body.
Things took a turn when investigators found a camera in the man's abandoned car.
We're trying to identify where that camera came from, see if we can find footage from that camera, wherever it may have came from.
What could have been a break in the case led nowhere.
He tell us nothing new, and he just opened the case again. So it's nothing at all.
That's Leo Mancia, Jesus' brother. The family says, along with sadness, the 2-year wait for answers has brought frustration.
In this case, we're feeling more because we're Latinos, and we're feeling like they don't take very serious, or they don't care about our brother-in-law.
Special Agent Jerry Jones told me there have been no new breaks in the case. Caleesha Moore, 13 WMAZ News. Natisha Gill says she got the call on May 4th.
She said, something's going on with him. He's scared. He needs help. Can you go get him? They live in Warner Robins. He was down on Lenox. So I told her I wasn't feeling well. I'll call him an Uber.
Things were quickly escalating. As she called her husband, she had no idea that would be the last they'd speak, or that she would be on the phone with the officer who would fatally shoot him.
I didn't know he was a cop. He didn't identify himself as an officer. He was just one of the people who ended up taking the phone when he was saying, "Can you talk to my wife?"
Atlanta police officer Lawrence Holland was working a part-time job in uniform that day. GBI reports say Holland was near an Atlanta restaurant where Caruzi was causing a disturbance and followed a guest into a restaurant. The report continues, says there was a fight. Caruzi tried to take the officer's gun and was shot.
He wasn't a drug user or anything like so. The behavior that was exhibited May 4th, I think that took us all by surprise. Nobody knew what was going on. We were all just shocked.
Months later, they say they still don't know much. His family says GBI agent Joseph Clark asked them to wait 90 days.
We called him last Tuesday, which was 104 days since his passing, and all he can tell us is that he has other cases he's still investigating. He doesn't have a toxicology report.
They say they've requested the autopsy, toxicology report, and body cam footage to know if Carusi had something in his system or even if he was the aggressor.
It just doesn't add up. So that's why we're demanding the body cam. We're demanding the toxicology and autopsy. Like, we just want some closure for our family.
Raj was a good man. He was a good person. He didn't deserve this.
In Warner Robins, Caleesha Moore, 13 WMAZ News.